机身是一行日记，欢迎来到 Chinese Mythology. Who were there to pass down the story of the beginning of things from the remote past? What means are there to examine? What was like before the heaven above and the earth below had taken its shape? These cryptic queries were the first heavenly questions found in the Tuchi Anthology in the early 3rd century BCE, which suggested the significant presence of Chinese mythology. Tales of valor in battle, tales of duty to family, tales of devotion to the gods. All of these three traits are considered important and exceptionally prevalent all throughout Chinese mythology. Chinese mythology has a very large number of deities. These deities have a hierarchy, with one god, the Jade Emperor, at the top, and everyone else falling into various ranks of importance beneath him. So today, we are going to discuss the 13 major deities of Chinese mythology, and together, let us know their significance and importance. Pangu is a horned and hairy beast considered to be the first living being in the universe. According to the Chinese creation myth, Pangu emerged from an egg containing the universe and created the earth and the sky. He is also heavily associated with the concept of yin and yang. Nuwa is the mother goddess of Chinese mythology, the sister and wife of Foxy, the emperor god. She is credited for creating humanity and repairing the pillar of heaven. She was part of the three sovereigns, a group of mythological rulers who lived over 5,000 years ago. Supposedly, these demigods used their skills to improve the life of their subjects and impart to them crucial knowledge such as agriculture, architecture, and even fire creation.
Now let's have Fuxi. Fuxi is considered one of humanity's original ancestors in Chinese mythology, as well as China's first hero and one of the most powerful gods. He is responsible for the invention of the writing system, fishing, and domestication of animals. In Chinese mythology, Fuxi is seen as mankind's first male ancestor, a cultural hero, and one of the most benevolent gods in ancient China. Fuxi is credited with creating several innovations that benefited humanity, like the invention of the writing system, fishing, and the domestication of animals. Fuxi is often portrayed in art as having the head of a human and the body of a snake, like his sister Noah. He's also sometimes simply drawn as a wise, sage-like man dressed in an animal skin or long yellow robes. Fuxi is considered to be one of the most beloved deities in Chinese mythology because he brought civilization and all of its benefits to humanity. The Jade Emperor is one of the Chinese mythology's most important and popular deities. He is considered to be the ruler of heaven, one of the highest ranking gods, and the very first of the Chinese emperors. He is considered to be one of the most powerful and wise figures in Chinese mythology. Cropped from the original, he is also considered to be an especially important Taoist deity. Even today, the Jade Emperor plays a significant role in Chinese life, especially around Chinese New Year. During the New Year, the Jade Emperor is said to judge the character of each individual over the past year and punish or reward them accordingly. During the New Year, worshippers often create elaborate, tired offering shrines, burn incense, and offer prayers to the Jade Emperor to appease him and bring themselves luck in the coming year. And this is his popular deeds. In mythology, Shiwangmu is one of the most ancient and powerful goddesses in the Chinese pantheon. She has complete control over life, death, creation, and destruction. She is married to the Jade Emperor and tends to the peaches of immortality in their palace gardens. Shiwangmu is thought to have once been a wild demon that lived in the mountains and caused cataclysmic disasters. After repenting her evil ways, she achieved enlightenment and became a goddess. This is the 12th chapter of the famous Chinese text Shanhai Jing, or the classic of mountains and oceans. It describes Shiwangmu as a mysterious yet powerful deity.
In the 16th century novel entitled Journey to the West, where he plays a central role, Sun Wukong emerged. He is also known as the Monkey King and a Chinese trickster god. Sun Wukong is gifted with unmatched superhuman strength and the ability to transform into 72 various animals and objects. Each of his hairs have transformative powers and has also the power to manipulate the wind, water, and fire as well. Sun Wukong is characterized by his short temper, impatience, and proclivity towards anger. He has no biological family. In fact, he was born in the side of Mount Huagu. Through a hard wind blew a magical stone from mountain's peak, cracked open, and released a monkey, Sun Wukong. Since he doesn't belong to any family, he tries to include himself to a group of monkeys lived in the forest. Later on, the monkeys made a bet with one another while they were playing in the water, that whoever was brave and courageous enough to jump through the waterfalls, then find the stream's source would be entitled the king of all the monkeys, and that Sun Wukong did. Sun Wukong is one of the most important and beloved literary figures in Chinese culture. He named himself as Great Sage, equal to heaven. Another is Nija, is a Chinese mythological figure who is accepted as one of the Li Jing's sons. He is a precious teenage deity who serves as a patron saint of young adults. He was in his mother's womb for about 3 years and 6 months. Nija was born with superhuman strength and ability to speak. He is entitled the third Lotus Prince before he became a deity, and his official Taoist name is Marshal of the Center Altar. Nija is famously known for assisting Zhang Ziya's war against the Shang dynasty, just to prove himself as an esteemed warrior. Later on, he was granted passage into the heaven as an anointed prince. Another Chinese mythological figure is Dragon King, or also known as Long Wang. He is Lord over the seas and popularly known as a fearsome guardian deity who controls all dragon, sea creatures, the oceans, and the weather. He has also his own temper as well. Long Wang is seen as a symbol of good fortune and mythological embodiment of the concept of yang. He is most popular among Chinese coastal communities. He lived in a beautiful sea palace with his brothers and regularly feasted on a diet of precious gems and pearls. Also, he is regarded as the dispenser of the rain, as well as the zoomorphic representation of young masculine power of generation.